Let's jump to the war here, and today we've got a 7-year disaster battle playing as Kholek Suneater, going up against Tamrakhan, where despite the fact that the player has successfully ambushed Tamrakhan, it's still an auto-resolve defeat, indicating that this army is significantly stronger than us. Now, unfortunately, ambushes provide us with a fairly significant auto-resolve boost, and ambushes are best used against missile-based armies, because you want to close in quickly so they don't get a chance to shoot at you. But if the entire army is made out of melee troops, ambushes are not quite as effective, especially when they've got an army ability that if we charge in at them at the start while they've got a stat debuff, they're able to pin us down essentially to use Pandemicium, and it probably would be better to just try to dodge that. So the ambush is kind of wasted on Tamrakhan. Now, if we have a look over here, everything's on max battle difficulty. Let's jump into the battle because there's nothing else here that I can adjust, apart from just checking that, yeah, he's got most of the skill points put into campaign skills, so Kholek hasn't been boosted at all. I imagine in a one-on-one duel versus Tamrakhan, that Tamrakhan would easily win in this scenario, and that's not even taking into consideration Kazakh. So let's jump in and see what we can do, and I'll read out the email. So he says, "Hi Legend, I haven't played Warriors of Chaos in a while, and decided to give Kholek a go. I decided to focus on the greenskins that I started war with at myself. What I didn't realize was that the Norscan faction that I vassalized on turn 1 was at war with Tamrakhan. He absolutely decimated my vassal and is now at my doorstep. I have a very basic army, but got lucky with a few of the dice rolls. I managed to fill my early army with a Feral Manticore and a Chaos Spawn. The only two things I have going for me in this battle is the fact that I ambushed him and have a Fire Wizard with Burning Head and Firestorm. I think the Wizard is the key to winning this battle, I just can't seem to win it. If you can help, it would be greatly appreciated, as well as any tips you have for Kholek's campaign." Okay, so quite a few things to dissect there. I imagine most people, when they ambush any sort of army, they would like set up something like this, try to make the most of that stat debuff. But like I said, if they're gonna do this, we'll be pinned down because they're all gonna have poison, and use Pandemicium on us. Also, they're going to be fairly spread out, so it's going to mitigate how much damage we can do with Flamestorm, which would be ideal because I've got armored units here, and also damage our own units. So, what we want to do instead is hit the back of their army with the entirety of our army. Rather than dish out damage to their entire army, like dishing out a little bit of damage to the entire army, let's cause a huge amount of damage to some of their best units at the back. Now, as for our infantry, I would prefer to dodge Pandemicium, so I want to keep them out of it until 45 seconds is up, because that's when they should use it. Now, the Fire Wizard is definitely going to help, but I don't think it's necessarily the key to victory. I think the key to victory is actually the Marauder Horsemen. What we want to be doing with them is leaving them up here, because they're our fastest units, and getting the attention of Tamrakhan and also Kazakh the Befouled. I want to bring Kazakh over here, but I want to lure Tamrakhan away. We don't really have any units that are good against Tamrakhan, so best thing that we can do with him is just keep him out of the way, deal with his army, so that he's just not dishing out damage the entirety of the battle, because he causes a debuff using Rotting Host, so making us a little bit weaker. So if he's just not fighting amongst them, that gives us, well, that takes away one of their advantages. We might be able to shoot at him a little bit, but I don't want to be shooting at any melee infantry that might be able to charge at us. Okay, so as for the Manticore and the Chaos Spawn, these are totally useless in this battle. They're nothing to celebrate. These are not anti-large, they don't regenerate. This could regenerate later down the track, but it doesn't right now. And they've got anti-large, so it's just going to wreck them. At least the Dragon Ogres, they have anti-large, so they'll be okay against the Rot Knights, especially at the beginning of the battle. And I reckon rather than using Flamestorm, it'd be better to actually use Flaming Sword of Ruin for the flaming attacks and bit of extra damage, which would be particularly good against these demons here. Bypass the physical resistance with them. Okay, so when we charge on in, I want... Yeah, you come in as well. I want you to stay back and you to stay back. I want the Manticore to be running down the Rot Knights once they're broken, so they don't rally and keep coming back. But yeah, it'd be difficult to pull them out of combat and try to get them to run them down. So just keep them up in the air, because otherwise they're just gonna take damage really quickly. Okay, so get in there real fast. And let's see how we go here. Get their attention. Hopefully one each of them. For each of them. Okay, if you could do that, that'd be great. Someone is afraid you can fight that one. Okay, looks like they're separating. A lot of infantry coming down this way. Melee infantry are actually alright against... They're trying to flank us. Hang on. Okay, Kha'Zix's coming. That's good. Okay, we've got a few seconds left before that's going to come down on us. I'm going to put that there because even if it damages our own units, it's not going to do that much damage, really. And they're all just going to walk right into it, I think. This is looking good over here. Pandemisium is actually dropping here. Okay, well then... Cool. Maybe they recognize that we would just dodge it. Doesn't do that much damage to monstrous units. Okay, you come around over here. I'm going to need both of these abilities in a moment. Yeah, try to dish out as much damage as we can to the Rot Knights. This will be available in a moment. So that Flame Storm looked like it did alright. How are we going here? Yep, keep Kha'Zix coming. These ones here, get ready to pin Kha'Zix down because I want... Okay, get ready. This one's about to break. I want you to run them down. Trickster Shard useless here. Let's pop this down here to do additional flame damage. Really want to make sure we get rid of those fucking Rot Knights. This is good over here. Okay, I need to get Kholek out of this. Because I want him to go fight Kha'Zix. Because he's the only one that's going to do any serious damage to him. Although he's a little bit stuck there at the moment. Alright, I think we completely obliterating those Rot Knights. How much damage did they end up doing? Next, well, actually, they did a fair bit, but they're good against everything. They're just super strong units. They otherwise would have done a lot more. Alright, I'm low on magic, and I don't think we've got... Yeah, that one down, actually. I don't think we've got... Okay, come on, Kholek. Yeah, you're getting through. Arcane Conduits. That's what I was thinking. Get over here. Alright, I want to use this again, so that we can buff Kholek up against Kha'Zix. Just keep Tamarkan out this way for now. Okay, now we want to use them. 15 seconds till we can do that. Alright. Make sure we try to pin down Kha'Zix as much as we possibly can. Keep them going. How are we going against Kha'Zix? That's looking real good. He is not trading well against us. Killing a few Marauders is no big deal for us. Careful or we're going to get trapped. He's probably going to try to get away. And he will succeed. Okay, he'll come back. But that's okay. This one here, just stay out of it for now. I'm going to save you for later. Yeah, he'll come back. Yeah, if you could run down some of these Marauder units, that'd be good. Yeah, Kha'Zix will definitely rally soon. Just let the Manticore keep doing that, that's fine. Alright, let's increase our damage again. Particularly good against demons as well. This one, yeah, it's not too bad for damage. Alright, Kholek, if you could... Oh, I don't see how I'm going to get in there. We're just very tight there at the moment. Fighting, get in there. See, I actually think that the Flaming Sword of Ruins providing a lot of value. Because of all the demons and physical resistance, we just bypass it. And also, if we use Flamestorm in here, it's going to damage our own units quite significantly. Kha'Zix coming back. Alright, Kholek, you go finish the job. Unfortunately, he had a bit of a chance to regenerate. But because we traded so well against him to begin with, I think we'll be fine. Okay. Good, this time he is toast. Alright. Okay, I'll have that one run that down. I want the Manticore to come back over here. Don't worry about the Plague Ogres. They don't regen, so no big deal. And they're anti-infantry, so we could definitely send Kholek to fight them. There's maybe some... Oh, actually, that one's very badly damaged already. Let's just hold back for now. Oh, fuck me, it rallied. Well, only briefly. We didn't lose any entities, so that's okay. Okay, good. I think this has gone really well so far. Because quite a huge portion of their army actually was chasing after these Marauder Horsemen. I wasn't expecting so many melee infantry to do that, which is both good and bad. In one sense, it means that the flame storms that we're doing aren't going to be as effective, but on the other hand, they're just not participating in the killing, whereas our entire army is participating, apart from the Marauder Horsemen. But the Marauder Horsemen, their job comes up soon. I need to get out of here, I'm otherwise pinned down.
Kholek Suneater.
Also, this makes them all tired, especially Tamarkan. So if he gets exhausted, that'll mean he'll have less armor, which will make our lack of armor piercing better against him. Yeah, destroy that chariot if you wouldn't mind. Okay, the Beast of Nurgle, that did do a fair bit of damage. I wanted Kholek to take it out early, but he didn't. Alright, so Kholek's overall damage. So he's inflicted 15,000 damage. He's a little bit damaged himself. But Tamarkan has done nothing so far. Exactly what we wanted. Okay, now we get a bit of a chance to rest. But we haven't army lost them yet. So let's get the... Let's see. Let's bring them over this way a little bit. I reckon a flamestorm or two on these melee infantry and the army losses will be inflicted. So yeah, at this point here, there's no stat debuff on them, despite being ambushed. It only lasts for a minute, and it decays over time. So after 30 seconds, it's only 50% as strong as it was at the first second. Yeah, we didn't catch it. Oh well. Alright, that unit is wiped out. Good. Alright, there's a pretty good opportunity around here at the moment because they're blobbed up. So what do they got? Pestigors, Forsaken of Nurgle, Chaos Warriors. So fairly slow units apart from Pestigors. Oh, and I guess the Forsaken. 2 Chaos Warriors. Alright, that's what we'll aim for the Flamestorm here. Looks like he's only put 1 point into that. Alright, looks like Tamarkan has actually changed his aggro. He's no longer going after them. He's going after the Fire Wizard, which is fine because the Fire Wizard is way faster than him. Oh, when I sent it into melee, it used its ammo, even though it wasn't on fire at will. Fucking hell, I hate that. That wasn't in Warhammer 2. I wish... In 3 years and they still haven't changed that. It's so annoying. I don't want them to shoot. Alright, here's what it is. It's not like their ammo was that valuable anyway. Alright. Just let them have a bit of a rest. Wonder if some fireballs on Tamarkan would be alright. He doesn't have regen yet. Okay, well that's good. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to shoot to begin with. I probably should check that. I just always assume he's going to have regeneration. But it's in his skill tree, he just doesn't get it straight away. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is get their infantry to blob up so that the Flamestorm is actually quite good, but they're starting to spread them out. Okay. Alright, why don't we lure Tamarkan away from their infantry? Hang on, watch out, watch out. But lure the infantry back here, because it would be good to wipe them out. But if we cause the army losses now, they'll run off the battlefield really quickly. So I want to get my monsters in on them, but I just wanted them to have a bit of a rest, which they've had. Good, we've got Tamarkan separated now. So, yeah, get all these monsters over to here. And they're exhausted, so that looks good for us. Alright, I'm curious to see how well a fireball will do, because he doesn't have that much armor, especially now that he's exhausted. And Kindle Flame will increase the damage of it by 20%.
Let us bring about an infernal gateway.
Let's see how much damage it does. About 500. A little bit less than that. It's something. Because ideally we don't want to go into melee with them at all. It's a much cheaper spell than Flamestorm. It does look like he's put 2 points into that. I think. I'm not sure that. Alright. Oh, what was this dude getting stuck there for? Okay, we need him to get aggroed again back onto the Chaos Sorcerer so he doesn't participate in this engagement here. So we haven't suffered too many casualties on them, but yeah, sending the infantry, they're just not that useful here. Don't charge into them, it's not going to do very much. Alright, I'm going to put this one here on fire at will and try to shoot into Tamarkan's back. Okay, there's the army losses. Cool. Yeah, don't have this one run it down because it uses up its ammo. But this is what I wanted to make sure. Make sure we get rid of as many of their units as possible. I don't think these ones here... Okay, they got a few kills here and there, but nothing major. Alright, you don't go on fire at will just yet because you're too close to them. You know, we just get a chance to run them down. God damn, Tamarkan is keeping up with him despite a pretty big speed advantage.
Chaos is magic. Marauder horseman.
Right, make sure we keep them away from Tamarkan.
Chaos sorcerer. Marauder horseman.
And the closer we get to him, the more accurate we'll be. Could use this to buff their attack, but I reckon using Fireball will probably overall yield more damage to them. Down there.
Take this. Going. Moving.
Yeah, try to run down as much of them as we can. Good. And this is why I wanted to save the ammunition until the end, because like every other unit was fairly easy to deal with, even Kazakh. But Tamarkan, no, none of our units are good against him. He's just too friggin' strong. So we shoot him because he doesn't have his Toad Dragon. Don't let him inflict a kill. Get out of there! Out of there! Oh shit! Good, he inflicted no kills. I want this to say 0 at the end of the battle, just to basically be like, fuck you to Kholek, not Kholek, Tamarkan. Let them catch us. Not essential that we run down all their infantry. Those Forsaken got away pretty quickly. Just try to get rid of as many as possible, especially the Chaos Warriors. Although the remnants of his army in the state of ours, we should be able to finish them off quite easily next turn. I may not even need to do it. Just handle it himself. Too close, just get out of that. Yeah, look, this one's almost used up all of its ammo, and Tamarkan just still in pretty good shape. I mean, relatively. He's lost half his health. We're not going to catch that. Could have had them to go chase after it, but if I told them to go into melee, they would have shot at it. That unit will definitely survive, though. Although it could be good to have just one unit get away, just so you've got something to attack next turn. Chance to get some more experience, and also kill whatever lord gets assigned to it. And possibility for more items, which is very good for Warriors of Chaos. Okay, so this one's done. Only one left with ammo. Oof, god. Shouldn't do this on this speed if I want to not take damage. It really wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things if we did get hit a little bit. I just don't want to. Actually, it seems as though when he's charging towards us, they're way more accurate. Hopefully that doesn't hit dirt. Oh, God. Of course. Fireball, greatest spell in the game. But we still got heaps of magic, so no problem there. But as you can see, we, 17,000 damage is respectable for that one. But definitely not key to winning the battle. Probably could have done it without the fire wizard. We'll see. I mean, no, it won't. Alright, so we got him. Just make sure you stay away from him, because if we drop him down to 0 health and we're within 30 meters of him, he will he'll recover some health and damage our wizard. We don't want that. Please don't hit dirt. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Suck that fireball, Tamrakhan. Delicious. Alright. And we're done here. Now, whether this was a field battle or an ambush battle probably doesn't make that big of a difference, because we probably could have gotten those two to chase after Mortal Horsemen, whether or not it was an ambush. But the ambush main benefit, I suppose, was taking out these units here at the start before their other infantry could get involved. Alright. So, oh yeah, of course they'll have some demons come back. But yeah, that should be easy for you to deal with. They're standing in our territory, so they probably don't have any replenishment. Plus, you get experience, they don't. You probably have to fight Tamrakhan again, but it's very unlikely that he's going to have another unit of Rot Knights, and that's a very dangerous unit. And now it's just something you don't have to worry about. So looking at our army, pretty, almost full strength, almost. So yeah, that's an easy auto resolve right there. So let's have a look at your campaigns. Ask for a little bit of advice. Okay, so they didn't actually wipe out your vassal completely. So here's a bit of advice I'll give you. Give Norskins territory that doesn't have a tradable resource. So this region here, it has salt. You should have occupied it and kept it for yourself, because salt gives you growth per turn after winning, per region after winning a battle. So the more battles that you win, the more growth that you get. It allows you to develop up your dark fortresses really bloody quickly. I'm assuming that you went, oh, you don't have any, yeah, because you don't start off with that. You do have Ruinous, so you got Raider's Raiment, but you don't have Ruinous Bulwark, which you don't need that right now. So that's definitely good. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you probably don't have heaps of souls, so that's fine. So yeah, when coming up this way, give this settlement over to the Dolgan, but keep this one for yourself, because this resource here will reduce your construction costs for the rest of the campaign. Keep that one for yourself, because that would have been really handy in the previous battle for extra 25% ammunition from Mortal Horsemen. These are very commonly recruited units, and while they're, low tier, you can actually get them to have like 100 ammunition if you get like all of the wood resources in the game. Plus it will stack with obsidian, which will increase their missile damage. And then there's various other things. There's so many different ways you can boost Mortal Horsemen playing as Warriors of Chaos. You can actually make them quite a significant doom stack. And then, of course, obviously keep this for yourself. Another thing that you could do is occupy the settlement here, then take this one first, and then vassalize Tamrakhan here. You could also keep this one. Don't give it to the Dolgan. So keep that, keep this, vassalize them there, then give them Dragon's Death, then go back to war with them a few turns later, take this for yourself, and then vassalize them again here. That way they're not taking anything of value, and you can actually steal Khazak the Befouled and various other chieftains that he's able to get. That's if you want to do it that way. It's fairly time-consuming to do it, but it is definitely possible. Another thing that you can do as well is just don't even occupy Dragon's Death. Just attack this, sack this, and just keep moving on to Floating Mountain. Occupy, recruit a new army at the Challenge Stone to just besiege this, because you've got a few units here that's available that besiege don't have a whole lot of money, and just keep it under siege while it's damaged, and then make that the last settlement that he's got. Then you vassalize him there. I think that would actually be the best way to go about it. That way it won't take a huge amount of time. And then as for what to do with Kholek after that, you can go in and smash Archaon if you want. You can't confederate him, but you can always vassalize him. But it's entirely up to you which way to go. Grimgor will probably be a problem at some point, but he's usually busy with other things. But I imagine that he will eventually declare war on you at some point. Just not too soon, hopefully. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.